Hi guys, long time no see. I got busy and then I just never posted and I kept not posting. And all of December I was in a reading slump, so it's been like a weird few months. But we're back and better, and this video is all the books that I read in 2024, my yearly wrap up. And since I didn't post like an October, November, December wrap up, you'll just see all the books in this pile. I'm not gonna talk too much in depth about every book because obviously we have a lot to get through. I read I think like 70 books this year. So let's just get on into it and stop yapping. We're gonna start with romance because those are the ones that are next to me and I'm like squished by books right now. I read the first 3 books in the Magnolia Parks series, Magnolia Parks, Daisy Hates, and Magnolia Parks A Long Way Home. I gave every single one of these 5 stars. Amazing. I'm so excited to continue and finish this series in 2025. I haven't even finished this series, but it's in my top probably 3 series for sure. We have some Lynn Painter books. So I have The Love Wager, Better Than the Movies, and Nothing Like the Movies. I gave every single one of these 4.5 stars actually. I really liked these, but I don't plan on reading any more of Lynn Painter books because they're just very young adult. I think they're too like childlike for me, so I think my journey stops here, but I really enjoyed these 3. The Heartstopper series, oh my gosh, a 5-star series for sure. These are graphic novels. It is also a show on Netflix, and the show is just as good as the books. Like, I am amazed. This is also in like my top 5 series. I'm awaiting for book 6 to come out, and I need it now. But I don't know, there's no release date, I don't know. Then I read some Annabelle Monaghan, Nora Goes Off Script, and Summer Romance. This one I gave 4.5 stars. I really liked this one. Don't really remember much of it, not gonna lie. Then Summer Romance, everybody was raving about, and I just didn't connect to it. I didn't really like it, so I gave it a 3.5 stars, and I don't think I'm gonna continue with Annabelle Monaghan either. The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams, I gave this 4 stars, I think. It was really cute. I don't remember much about it, I'm not gonna lie. I had all of Sarah Adams' other books as well, but I also think I'm done with her just because she's too like childlike, kiddish, too young adult for me, so, but I did enjoy this one. Twisted Love by Anna Huang, I gave this 4 stars. This was a good book, but it was nothing memorable. Like, as soon as I finished this book, I forgot everything that I just read. And yeah, I enjoyed it, but I will not be continuing the series, so do with that what you will. Icebreaker, Hannah Gray's, 4.5 stars. In my opinion, this gets way too much hate. I ate up every second of this book, and I'm about to start the second book to this series, Wildfire, and then I'll read Daydream eventually too. The Fine Print by Lauren Asher, I gave this 4 stars. The first half of this book I really was loving, and then the second half kind of started to lose me. I'm also not going to be continuing this series either, but I will be reading Lauren Asher's other series. I don't know what it's called, but it's the Love Redesign, Love Unwritten. I'm gonna be reading that, but this series, this is good enough for me. Confess by Colleen Hoover, I gave this 3 stars. Don't really remember anything about this. I read this because when I first started reading, I had a bunch of Colleen Hoover books. I read a bunch of them, and then I started to branch out, and then I tried to go back and read this one, and she just didn't hit the same anymore. Yeah, this is the last book I will ever be reading of her, but you know, she was good while she lasted. Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren, I gave this 3.5 stars. Honestly, in my opinion, this has way too much hype. I didn't see the hype. I don't get it. I'm still confused. It was cute and all, but for a bunch of people to be raving about this and giving it 5 stars, I don't see it, my opinion. Then If He Had Been With Me and If Only I Told Her by Laura Nolan. I gave both of these 3.5 stars. I also don't really understand the hype with these. Like, I kind of get it, but then again, like, I don't. I really enjoyed them. They were very sad, but like, it wasn't anything crazy or like special. And these were also very YA, young adult. Then we got into some Ashley Poston, The 7-Year Slip, and The Dead Romantics. 7-Year Slip, 5 stars. Amazing. I love this with every bone in my body. I think everyone should read this book in their lifetime. It is so much more than just a cutesy little romance. The Dead Romantics, this one was really good. I gave it 4 stars. The only reason I think it wasn't a 5 stars was because I read it at a time where like I wasn't in the mood for it. Last 2 romances, I continued the Chestnut Spring series with Heartless and Powerless by Elsie Silver. I'm really trying to get caught up in her whole world, but she has a lot of books, and I mean, they're very fast paced. I read them very quickly, but I really want to get caught up to her new series that she's coming out with. But I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know, we'll see. But anyways, I gave both of these 4.5 stars. I love Elsie Silver. Love me some cowboys. Yeehaw. Alrighty, now we're on to the dark romance. First we have Credence by Penelope Douglas. This is probably the most controversial book out there. And I gave it 4 stars, so, you know, that probably says a lot about me, but do with that what you will. I ate it up, but I was also disturbed at the same time. I don't really know. still to this day how to feel about it, but yeah, that's that. Then I read the entire Never After series by Emily McIntyre. This series is Disney reimaginings and I love them so much. Hooked I gave 4 stars. Scarred I gave 4.5 stars. Wretched I gave 4.5 stars. Twisted I gave 4 stars. Crossed I gave 4.5 stars. Hexed I gave 4.5 stars. This one was my favorite, is the Little Mermaid retelling. It came out like a few months ago and it was amazing. The most romantic out of the series. Lights Out by Navessa Allen. This one was getting a lot of hype and it was all deserved. I gave this 4.5 stars and it was amazing. It was so funny. I loved the male main character. It was like a dark rom-com. Honestly, that's what this book was and I loved it. And I know everyone says it, but the audiobook, amazing. Then we have Priest by Sierra Simone. This is the first book in the little interconnected trilogy thing. I gave this 4 stars. I really liked it. It was nothing much to it. It was mainly just spice. Priest, you can kind of tell what the book is about. Yeah. Okay, now on to fantasy. I started my Sarah J Maas universe. I read the entire ACOTAR series and I never claimed to not be basic. I gave this all 5 stars. The only one I gave 4 stars was this little Christmas novella. Not much to it, but every other book I gave 5 stars. Even the first one, I gave this 5 stars. Because people say it doesn't get good till the second book in the series, but in my opinion, the first one was still amazing. I mean, it's definitely nothing compared to what the series turns into, but the first one was still so good in my opinion. But yeah, I love this series so much. Like, it became my entire personality when I read it. And it's probably my top #1 series at the moment. So pretty much everyone and their mother has read this, but if you haven't, like, what are you doing? And then I started on the Throne of Glass. I started with Assassin's Blade. Yes, don't question it. I started with Assassin's Blade and then I read Throne of Glass and I gave both of these 4 stars. I really enjoyed both of these. I'm very excited to continue the series, but it's very daunting and intimidating. So I don't know when I'll be continuing the series, but I will be finishing it, continuing it in 2025. So yeah, that's that. Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. I gave this 5 stars. This was the last book I read of 2024. Was this like other fantasy books and with trials and everything? Yes. Did I eat it up? Yes. I gave this 5 stars purely based off vibes. And I'm so excited for the second book to come out in, I think, is it March? April? It comes out sometime this year, so. The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I gave this 3.5 stars, I think. Really, really, truly don't understand the hype on this. I'm so sorry, but I just don't get it. It's not for me. At first, when I finished it, I was going to continue the series, but after further thought, I am not continuing the series. Fourth Wing and Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. Fourth Wing was the first book that I read in 2024, and I gave it 5 stars. I love this book so much. It's literally Divergent in a book with dragons. And Divergent is one of my favorite movies of all time, so I ate this up so hard. I loved everything about this. Then Iron Flame. I was putting this off for so long, and I finally read it because Onyx Storm, the 3rd book, is coming out the end of January, the end of this month. So I was like, oh my gosh, I need to be caught up. And so I finally read it, and I gave it 3 stars. I don't really know. I'm still kind of confused how I feel about this because it was just, I don't know. It was nothing compared to the first book. I really did like the ending. I liked where, well, I don't like where it's going, but the cliffhanger, like, it was good because it made me want to keep reading on in the series, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I think the 3rd book that comes out, that's really going to make or break the series for me. That is going to solidify whether I'm going to continue the series or not. So we shall see when that book comes out. Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I gave this 5 stars at the time. Honestly, I don't think this is a 5 stars anymore. I think since then I've just read so many things that are better than this. The second book that came out to this, Ruthless Vows, I had it for so long and I've just heard it was a lot of the fantasy part of this. And the fantasy part of this book I really didn't enjoy, so I was just like, I don't really want to continue on. Then Powerless by Lauren Roberts, and then Powerful, the little novella in between, and Reckless. This is my second favorite series of all time next to ACOTAR. I don't know, these two kind of both take the cake. I gave every single one of these 5 stars. I love them so much. The emotional roller coaster I've been through in these books is crazy. And I need the 3rd book to come out right now because the cliffhanger that this left me on, I need a happy ending, okay? I just need it. And the 3rd book's coming out in April. It's gonna be the last book in the series. I'm so freaking excited for it. All right, on to the last stack of books, my thrillers. This is all the Freida McFadden books that I read. I read the whole Housemaid series, The Housemaid's Secret, and The Housemaid's Watching. I gave the first one 5 stars, second one 5 stars, and the third one 4 stars, but it's really like a 3 stars. I just was being generous at the time because I was disappointed by it, and I was really sad that I was disappointed by it. But I love this series. This got me into Frida McFadden, and I love her for that. Never Lie, I gave 5 stars. This one was so good. Really recommend this one. The Teacher, I also gave 5 stars. Epilogue went crazy. The Inmate also gave this 5 stars. The epilogue was insane. One by One, I gave this one 3 stars. I don't know. I feel like the ending was just rushed. I mean, it is her shortest book, but yeah, I feel like it was just rushed. But other than that, like, it was still good. You know, I still enjoyed it. The Boyfriend, this is her newest release, and I gave this 4 stars. I really enjoyed it, the whole story and everything, but the ending was just like, I had so many questions unanswered still. Then I went on a Holly Jackson spree. I read the whole A Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy. So A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, Good Girl, Bad Blood, As Good as Dead. I gave this 4.5 stars, 3.5 stars, 5 stars, and then the little novella that's like a prequel, I gave this 3 stars. Wasn't much to it. The third one was definitely my favorite. Literally amazing. So good. I love this series. And the show that's coming out, well, season 1 already came out. Season 2 is being made. I'm so excited for season 2. Season 1 was like kind of a disappointment, but like it was still good. Five Survive, I gave this one 4 stars. I really enjoyed this one. It was really fast paced. Like, this was one of my faves. The Reappearance of Rachel Price, this is her newest release, and it was kind of a disappointment, I'm not gonna lie. I gave this 4 stars. It was still really good, but I think it was just a little bit too long. The last books I have is Jennifer Lynn Barnes. So The Inheritance Games, I DNF'd this. It was just boring to me. I don't really see the hype. I'm sorry if you love this, but yeah, I DNF'd it. The Natural series, I love this series so much. So The Naturals, I gave 4.5 stars. The Killer Instinct, I gave 4 stars. All In, I gave 5 stars. This is the best book, so good. And then the last book, Bad Blood, I gave 4 stars just because it was too long, too much information, I don't know. Okay, those are all the books that I read in 2024, around like 70 or so. It was a great reading year, and I'm determined to make 2025 even better and get my physical TBR down because I have 83 unread books and I've read 80 books. So the ratio is not okay. Like, at the end of this year, I want like a max of 30 books on my physical TBR. So hopefully we can make that happen and I can get through all the books that I have. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.